Okay, so this house is a little more complex. It has multiple step ups and step downs. In this case, we're going to learn how to handle multiple step downs on a singular roof face. You can see we have this section of the house that sits a bit lower right next to this section, which is a lot taller. And we will be building them as two separate pieces. As you can see, this dormer has multiple step downs in it. We're not going to worry about the dormer for now. We'll tackle that in another video. We just want to worry about these two main structures right here. Let's start by drawing the lower section. As usual, just hit the R key to start drawing. Trace that gutter all the way to the next corner. Then you're going to come down to this other corner. You can see there's kind of a tree blocking the way. We're just going to have to make our best guess right now, but then after it's drawn, you can adjust it by checking in the street view or other near map images to make sure you got it correct. When we get to here, you're going to see where that step up is. You'll see that shadow right there. You'll also notice that there's an offset between these two ridges once it's higher than the other. You want to stop where that shadow will connect the line you just drew about right here. Now, once again, you're not going to follow the shadow all the way up to the ridge. You're just going to stop when you hit the next gutter. Okay, as you're drawing to that next corner, you're going to see the orange dot pop up when you intersect your first line. Don't stop there yet. We want to go all the way down to the corner to get that last step down done. All right, then you're going to follow this up, and it's a matter of trying to figure out where that step down ends. It's kind of hard to see in this image, but if you look closely, you can see a little bit of a gutter there right by the truck. Then just find that intersecting orange dotted line with your first dot, click, and then follow it up and finish the loop. Now, as usual, it's a matter of deleting faces, figuring out which ones we need, which ones we don't need. When you have a lot of different roof faces like this and it looks kind of crazy, what you want to do is just take it bit by bit, go with what you know. So I'm looking at this bottom left corner. We're going to start right here, and we know there's a step down. If we look at the map split view, and if we go to street view, we can take a look at the front of the home, and this is what we're looking at here. You can see the step down on the front of the house, and over here is the second step down that's a little bit higher. All right, I'm going to turn off the map split. We want to find any roof faces that are facing the wrong direction. So let's turn on our azimuth. And we can see that this triangle is kind of facing that southwest area. We know that there's no faces on the roof that face that way, so we know we can go ahead and delete that one. Now this face will eventually become that step down face, but as you can see right now, it's the wrong shape. So what we need to do is we need to delete this face because it's also kind of facing that southwest area. And we delete that one, and that creates our first step down on the front of the home. Now we'll come over to this other section. Now as we can see here on this triangle, there's a ridge cutting right through it, and we also know that nothing's going to be facing that northeast area. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. Now we know we need two roof faces that face the southeast. And we can see we have this one and this one down here. So this middle one here is kind of the odd man out, so we're going to delete that roof face. And that creates our second step down. So as you can see, we have both of our step downs on the same roof piece. So now it's just a matter of matching it to LiDAR. So I'm going to turn LiDAR on. Okay, so it looks like the gutters are already pretty closely matched up. You can see that this gutter is really close to the dots, this one's really close to the dots. So really, it's just the pitch we need to worry about now. We're going to slowly scroll up and increase the pitch until, remember, the roof is cutting about halfway through those dots. Now, you can see that this one roof face is still just a little too high. So we're just going to select that one roof face and only lower the height of this one roof face down until it's cutting halfway through the dots. Now, as we can see, everything's matching up pretty well to both the image and the LiDAR. Now this section doesn't really have any step downs on it, but I do want to show you how to draw a more elevated section that's kind of right next to the lower section. So once again, start as normal, hit the R key on your keyboard, come up to the corner, click once, trace this gutter down, and before we click and create our new corner, we need to learn that Aurora doesn't like tangents. Now we need to figure out what is a tangent. We can see the edge of our other roof line right here. It's kind of faint. But if we were to go ahead and draw a line that overlaps that exactly, that's what a tangent is, when two lines overlap each other. And Aurora doesn't like that. It'll break, and you'll have to try and figure out what went wrong. So instead, I'm just going to kind of trace it as normal with it kind of overlapping my other line, hit the corner, and then close the loop. Now, once again, we just need to delete 2 roof faces. This ridge is cutting through both of these triangles and they're facing the wrong ways, so we're going to delete both of them. Now you can see that this is kind of overlapping our other roof. But once I match it to LiDAR, we'll see that the lower section that overlaps my upper section will just disappear. So I'm just going to make sure the gutters are matched up, then select my roof face, click Apply to All Faces, increase the pitch until, once again, it's cutting about halfway through those dots. Okay, so it looks like this section of the roof is too tall still, so I'm just going to select that roof face only and lower the height until that matches LiDAR. If we go into 2D view, and we select our lower section of the roof, we can see that it's going underneath the upper section, but we can't see it. So if you ever come across anything like this where there's 2 sections next to each other, just make sure the lower section is overlapping the higher section enough that it sits inside of it and doesn't create any tangents. But anyway, that's how you handle the step downs and when there's multiple of them in one roof. And that is it.